It's more than 300 days since Russia invaded Ukraine in February. Scores of people have been killed, others maimed, and this has sparked a humanitarian catastrophe. Russian Foreign Affairs Minister Sergei Lavrov says the Kremlin does not intend to propose any new initiatives on strategic arms or security guarantees. He has called on the West to exercise maximum restraint in the highly sensitive nuclear sphere.
In context of the West's efforts to hold Russia back, the main threat comes from the US and NATO line for what is, in reality, a military confrontation with our country. Obviously, it carries the risk of a direct clash between nuclear powers with catastrophic consequences.
The conditions are not there now because Russia has shown no sign of engaging in negotiations which are respecting the sovereignty and the territorial integrity of Ukraine. And again, it's not for NATO, it's not for Brussels to decide, it's for Ukrainians to decide when the time is right to start to negotiate.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy says the situation is rather dire in the Donbas region.
The situation there is difficult and painful. The occupiers are using all the resources available to them, and these are massive resources, to achieve at least some advance. And I think all our boys who stand in their positions stand strong and knock out the occupiers.
As the winter continues to bite in the Western Hemisphere, Russia has been targeting Ukraine's energy system, and the US has blasted the Kremlin.
We're meeting at a critical juncture. As Ukraine continues to seize momentum on the battlefield, President Putin has focused his ire and his fire on Ukraine's civilian population. Over the past several weeks, Russia has bombed out more than a third of Ukraine's energy system, plunging millions into cold, into darkness, as frigid temperatures set in.
Meanwhile, a drone believed to be Ukrainian penetrated hundreds of kilometers through Russian airspace and caused a deadly explosion at the main base for Moscow's strategic bombers in the latest attack. Khayelihle Khumalo, SABC News, Johannesburg.